Okay, you got your brass shiny stuff, your metal pins, stuff, and stuff. All you want is about a 45 shell worth, maybe a little bit more of this. All it does is it just shines it up a little bit. Makes it nice and pretty. And for this, you want a couple scoops, nothing crazy. If you weigh it down too much, it's not going to go very well. And you want to turn on the water and just get it so everything's covered. Again, if it weighs too much, then it's not going to work very well. So make sure that you don't get it, if you go to turn it on, it rolls too much, or it won't roll at all, or it rolls real clunky, then take some out. Either take out some bullets, some water, just try to lighten it up a little bit. There you are. Pour off some of the water, but you don't want to pour out too much because there's all kinds of your metal pins in there. Look at those puppies though. Much prettier. Some people poke out the pin ahead of time, some people poke it out afterwards. I like to poke it out afterwards. It keeps all the cleaning, grit, and everything else out of there. I usually get my magnet too. I'll lay all this out on usually an old t-shirt. Use the magnet to pick up all the metal and then put all the cartridges upside down so that they can dry out nicely. So this is the amount I had in each one. Not a ton, but again, you don't need to do a whole bunch at a time. You want to make sure that you can make them spin nicely. Use different kinds of things. Walnut shells. I like stainless steel pins. They last forever. Easy to take care of afterwards. No mess, and they're cheap. Now you get ready to pop the primers out. Get some case lubricant. Spray them down pretty generous. Roll it around a little bit. Get the other side too. And set up your press. Make sure the fire and pin removers, or the primer removers, down a ways. I've had to loosen that up and adjust it before. But make sure you have the right shell holder on here too. Once you push it down, you'll pop it right out. Make sure it lines up, then clamp her down. And just clamp her down. I have a little cleaner. If you clean it with the primers in, sometimes it leaves a little bit of dirt in there after you pull the primer out. So I put the cleaner in, twist it a couple times. Now if you have a handy dandy little speed primer box like this, it works pretty well. See, it's a number 2 bit, and you have to buy that with the speed loader. It's not the same as the number 2 bit that comes on your shell holder. However, you know that they're both number 2s because they're both Lees. But you put that bit in, and you take your shell with no primer. Slide it down into that slot. Give it a nice firm squeeze. And pop it out. Isn't that pretty? Make sure it's nice and level. Right now I've got one shell that just won't take a primer. So, if the speed loader is not working, don't try to force it too much. So I'm using my little reamer. Just trying to take out any edges that are in there, anything that's blocking it up. Sometimes with 223 or 308 ammo, it'll have a ridge in there. A swedge, I think they call it. You have to clean them all out. So hopefully this will work. If not, I'm going to throw it away. I don't like risking things when it comes to primers. And it's not going. This just refuses to go. So this one's getting chucked. Now I'm using my digital scale, and I have this fancy little holder for it. I'm going to pick this up separate. It's pretty nice. So I looked up all the data, and I want to be loading 7.9 grams for my 230 grain lead. I very carefully get to 7.9. Whoops. Hair too much. There. Now with this fancy one, either I can pick it up and drop it down in the powder through Lee holder, or I can just put the bullet directly into the bottom here, push it in nice and firm, tap it once or twice, or 3 times. All the powder has gone right in the bullet. The way I like to do it, you take your shell with the powder in it, leave just enough room to set a bullet on top of there, and then braced against my knee, I start it and finish it. You can mic it when you're done to make sure everything is the right length.